Freeing up more money to put in savings is easier than you think. Have you outlined your personal finance goals for the year ahead? Does it include setting aside more money into savings but not knowing how? If so, you're not alone and you've taken the first step by watching this video. Whether you're looking to cover emergency expenses, settle debt, invest, make a big purchase like buying a car or a house, or you're just looking to save more money, you can find extra funds. Reaching your goals may just be as simple as looking at some of your current money habits or lifestyle and making a few changes. Here are 7 ways to save more money. Cut the fast food. We live in a culture that's anything but slow. We live fast, busy lives surrounded by quick money-making schemes, rapid technological advancements, and even quick ways to improve ourselves. In all that fastness, we don't even have the time to stop to prepare our own food or even sit down and eat. Fast food is a popular choice because it's just that, fast. Convenience and speed perhaps make it an easy choice for you. Or maybe you think it's a cheaper option compared to other restaurants. But spending $7 on a burger plus an add-on and a cup of soda could easily add up to more than $10 per meal, which is a lot more expensive than making your own meals at home. Spending that much on fast food regularly adds up to thousands spent per year. That's a whole lot of money that you could put into savings. You could say it tastes good. Why wouldn't it? When it's high in calories and loaded with sugar, salt, and fat. Most of the nutrition has been stripped away due to the processing. So yeah, it tastes good, but is it actually good for you? Aside from saving that much directly from cutting fast foods, dropping this habit could also help you save more indirectly in the long run. Of course, we understand that many factors lead to health problems, like a sedentary lifestyle and stress. Both could be major reasons why you turn to fast food in the first place, to save time and reduce the stress of planning and preparing your food. But regular fast food consumption is not friendly to your health. On average, a typical fast food contains 104 grams of fat and 2,100 calories, not to mention over 2,000 milligrams of sodium. This increases your risk of disease. Fast food might taste good, but it's often not good for you, your health, or your bank account. Stop spending what you don't have. Another thing that can be terrible for your finances is the plastic in your wallet right now, your credit cards. If you carry a balance on your credit cards, run out of money toward the end of the month, have a negative net worth, or you're getting deeper and deeper into debt, then these are signs that you're spending more than you have. With a 22.91% average interest rate on a credit card, as it is in America, you'll be working extra hard to pay off interest fees. Say you have a credit card debt of $5,000 at 22.91% per annum. If it took you 1 year to pay off, it would cost you an extra $1,000, $1,000 more dollars you could have saved. Remove your credit cards from your shopping websites and your wallet, or just cut them into pieces. You'll need to change this habit, otherwise you'll never get out of this endless cycle. One way to get out of the credit card debt cycle is to pay in cash. This way, you limit yourself to whatever funds are immediately available, experiencing the real financial sacrifice of every transaction. Then you'll learn to live within your financial limits and keep money for saving. Control your impulse purchases. If you want to keep even more money, then keep your impulse buys in check. Better still, eliminate them. Splurging on items on a whim might bring you joy, but when this becomes a habit, it's harder to save money. Ask yourself, the last time you bought those clothes, that cell phone, or even big ticket items like jewelry or a car, was it planned for? Or was it one of those spends you just made on the go? Was it because of friends or stress? Or you bored and needed some excitement? To help you control impulse buying, you might need to make a list of your triggers so you'll be on the lookout and save more money by handling them appropriately. One way to help you do this is to work out your reasons for making a purchase. A checklist will help you determine whether an item is a need, want, or just another temptation to splurge. As we said earlier, splurging on items might make you feel good. That's why it's called retail therapy. But that thrill isn't worth the financial hangover. Cutting this habit down or eliminating it altogether will give you much more money to save. Try a frugal lifestyle. To make sure you make the best of cutting down or eliminating impulse buying, we have to learn to change our habits. It's often advised that to get rid of a bad habit, you replace it with a good one. That's why we suggest developing a frugal lifestyle. Now, we don't mean becoming a homestead who makes their own kombucha and bread every day, knits their own clothes, and is never open to making a spontaneous purchase. There's nothing bad with any of that. But the point is, you don't have to live in extremes or sacrifice your happiness to live a frugal lifestyle. Frugality can actually help you find joy in the simple things of life. You'll be surprised at how much happiness is on the other side of simplicity. A frugal lifestyle opens your eyes to living mindfully with money while embracing the joy that living with less can bring. It encourages you to be intentional about your money. Contrary to what you may think, a frugal person would rather spend $100 on a quality clothing item than a $20 cheap alternative. Frugality prioritizes quality over quantity because while a quality product may cost a little more, they're more likely to last longer, which saves money in the long run. And that's what we're always looking for, value over price. If you consider combining this with a minimalist lifestyle, you get fewer quality items than a closet full of cheap, fast fashion. This way, you shop a lot less, which saves a lot of money. The truth is, you don't need 40 pairs of shoes, or half a walk-in closet full of clothes, or 20 different cooking pans. Most of us probably only use 5 or 6 of those items anyway. Don't hold on to stuff just because you spent money on it or because it was a gift. Save yourself and your money by decluttering. Perhaps you could make a few bucks from selling those items too. Quit unhealthy habits. Giving up smoking, alcohol, and even reducing food waste can add quite a few dollars to your bank account. Quitting smoking alone can save you anywhere between $1,300 and $2,500 a year, and that's just the price for cigarettes themselves. More importantly, smoking can increase your trips to the doctor. Between regular checkups, screenings for lung cancer, and even treatment of the disease, you could be seeing costs in the tens of thousands of dollars. Just by quitting smoking, you'd be looking to save some, if not all, of that money. Alcohol is one vice that many people share. How many of us think about hanging out with friends after a long day or week of work by hitting the bar for a few drinks and dinner? The truth, though, is drinking is an expensive habit. Not in just the cost of the alcohol, but typically you're not just drinking. You're also eating, and we tend to eat more while drinking. Suddenly, meals can cost $40 to $50, and if you're doing that a couple times a week, you're spending upwards of $500 a month. Why not put that money into savings? Lastly, we want to reduce food waste. Often we buy food with the honest intention of cooking it and eating at home, but we end up going out with friends, most likely drinking as well, and the food in our fridge goes to waste. In the US alone, almost 120 billion pounds or $400 billion worth of food is thrown away every year. Consider prioritizing eating at home and ensuring you don't waste your food. Your health and your bank account will thank you. Get a budget and stick to it. While you should always be focused on controlling your spending, you want to also protect your income. Budgeting is a great way to balance both sides. Creating and sticking to it gives you more opportunity to get ahead with your savings. We love using the 50-30-20 rule as a guide to making your own budget. You keep 50% of your total income for your day-to-day needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for savings. The cool thing about this budgeting style is it makes it easy to know how much you need to save. This way you can easily automate your savings and save your time and energy. And in the event life happens, you can tweak the percentages so that you can increase or decrease how much you save and spend. Work on the big 3. The biggest 3 budget expenses for almost everyone is housing, transportation, and food. So affecting one of these can mean a huge ability to save. For instance, if you could get a roommate, there's a potential that you could cut your housing bill in half because you're sharing the expenses. Or if you're working to cut all that eating out and cooking at home, you can work on buying in bulk and buying generic to save as many dollars as you can. Even with transportation, you could choose to downgrade for a lower car payment if that's a possibility, use public transportation, or even rideshare. These big expenses take up a large chunk of your budget, so reducing them in any way will be a huge help to your finances. That's it for today's video. We hope you found these 7 ways to save more money helpful, or it gave you ideas of where you can start. Consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell, and tell us in the comments below any other ways you try to save more money. See you in the next one.